Today we're going to make an anchor chart for persuasive writing so that students can see what readers and writers need to know about the genre in order to have a good, effective piece of writing. And the fair and unfair chart that we made yesterday will hopefully children will start making those connections in the sense that those are really good possibilities for topics for persuasive writing, and that by using what we know readers expect for persuasive writing and what writers need to do, they can then maybe use ideas from that list that we have already generated. When you persuade someone or write persuasion, you're trying to change something. You might be changing how many pets you have. You might be changing the way someone thinks. You might be changing your bedtime. But basically, you're trying to change someone's mind. You're trying to change someone's possessions, that type of thing. Would we all agree with that? Can we write that down? Because it would, okay, instead of writing all those other things. So for genre, the point, I'm going to put a little bullet here. And I'm going to write the point, or the reason for it. Is to change something. Okay? And it might be someone's mind. I'm going to put a few examples. It might be something you want. It might even be changing a policy, like a homework policy or a recess policy. Okay? How many of you have a homework policy at home? Like you have to do homework right when you get home. All right, so if you wanted to change that policy with your parents, okay, you would use persuasion. So that's the first thing I want us to know. And you know what? Facts answer the question, so what? So, for example, if I said to Tommy, you need to do this for homework, okay, and he looked at me and said, so what? And I would have to say, well, so that you would understand American history better, you're going to do better on your test, and you're not going to get in trouble with your parents. 3 facts, right, to back up my opinion that he needs to do his homework. Okay? Does that make sense? Can someone else think of another example where you would have an opinion and need to back it up with facts?
If you say, like, I don't have to clean my room because I can do it some other time when I'm not busy, and then you say, because, like, right now, my friends might be leaving in a little bit, so I can play with them now, but later they'll be gone.
Okay, so I don't want to have to clean my room, okay, because I'm busy, is my opinion, and my fact is my friend is here now and they're going to be leaving, and I can always do it then, okay? So having a plan with that. Take a minute to talk with someone next to you and think about, needing more recess time.
Yeah.
I want you to come up with an opinion. Do you need more recess time or not? Okay? And then come up with maybe 2 facts to back it up. So this is just going to be a quick practice with each other. So turn Savannah.
For fresh air.
I'm sorry?
Because you've been inside all day, fresh air.
Okay, so you think you need more recess so that you can have some fresh air. All right? Shannon.
Because we have to stay inside so long from school each day.
Okay, so you are kind of backing it up with Savannah. We need more recess because we're in school all day and we need some fresh air. Okay, good. The last part of persuasion is you're going to need some sort of conclusion or some sort of way to invite the person you're talking to, your audience, to agree with you. Okay? So you need a conclusion or an invitation to agree. Let's write this down. The reader wants to understand why he or she should change their mind. Okay, that's the big question, why? So what, you want more recess? Why do I need to help you out with that? Go ahead and jot that down next to facts. You see how I have it next to facts because it kind of goes together. We're going to need to make it clear why the reader needs to read this. The writer needs to be specific about what is the change and why it's important to you. When we study a new genre, we often make anchor charts, and we put the anchor charts in the writer's notebooks. And what I do for anchor charts in writing is we look at the genre elements, and then we look at what readers expect from that genre, those elements, and how it helps the reader. And then we take a look at what the writer needs to do and how to implement those aspects of the genre. And having that in their notebook is helpful for them, my students, to refer back to, do I have what I need for this particular genre? Am I meeting my audience's needs? It's really a way to help them focus on audience without saying that word audience, because I think sometimes that children really don't get the idea of audience, even in 4th grade. And so this is another way of helping them expect, or as a writer, to approach what their audience is going to need, their reader is going to need. By keeping it in the notebook, it becomes a reference point, so that in different parts of the writer's process, when we're not in the notebook necessarily, they can still use it as a resource guide for them.